The reason I found all these dead horses and have all the horse skulls in my house is not super happy, but here's what I've been able to figure out using my journalism skills. The late owner of this field, filled with horses and 2 cattle, used to make YouTube videos like this.
Little ditch right here. The reason why coyote gets caught, I don't want him jumping over inside this cabin hanging himself, fouling out the swivels on the trap. I owe a coyote that. We all do.
He also worked as a horse farrier, and he sold predator urine and bobcats for pets. And he had some live coyotes, foxes, and bobcats in cages. In 2016, his girlfriend Vanessa Sue Oren went missing. There's very little information online about this case, but the host of the podcast Unfound did interview Oren's sister.
How did it end up that Vanessa and became an item?
When I first introduced her to he was just coming out of the convenience store gas station across from the post office, and he was sweaty and dirty. It was summertime. I said, "So, what do you think?" She goes, "I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole."
In 2021, the same year that Gabby Petito went missing in Wyoming, the same state, representatives from 2 sheriff's offices, the FBI, and NecroSearch got the authority to search the trapper's property, but not to arrest him, so while they did that, he went off and took his own life. The few things that I can tell about these horses are sort of forensic. One, a lot of them had multiple shots in them, and they were very poorly placed, except that one. Now, this place is pretty rural. It's over an hour from the nearest grocery store, but it was only 18 minutes from a vet. I also tried to figure out what happened to the bobcats, coyotes, and foxes who lived in these cages before the trapper died, but I got some conflicting reports.
That's why the sheriff's office called Game and Fish to be involved, just to kind of deal with the animals. And they were in pretty tough shape, I understand, when out there not in good body condition and emaciated. They had been raised in cages, and you really didn't know disease-wise what they might be carrying. We didn't want to release them into the wild, probably from disease concerns as much as anything. We also have a research facility down by Laramie, and they were interested in the bobcats, but not the coyotes and the fox. We euthanized the coyotes and the fox and then took the bobcats down to that research facility.
So do you know if they had like any bullet holes or the dead ones in the cages?
Well, I didn't really check, and they were decayed. They'd been sitting there rotting in the cage for almost a year.
I never saw any news that anyone had ever found Oren or her remains. Now, the Sublette County Sheriff's Office told me that this is an ongoing investigation, so they can't give me too much detail, and they wouldn't confirm the rumor that I just heard at the bar at karaoke night that they had found human remains. But what's very odd is the method of death that he allegedly chose. According to local paper Pinedale Roundup, he was found seated against a tree with a cord tied to him in the tree, and when he sat down, he asphyxiated. Which kind of sounds like what he said was a bad way to kill a coyote. It seems like it's not super quick or humane, and neither is shooting a horse multiple times in the face because you keep missing the brain. But that's what I know about why I have 25 horse skulls in my house now.